What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another throwback action figure review. As you can see today, we're going to be taking a look at none other than the SH Figuarts Street Fighter V Ryu action figure. And yes, I got corrected. I was calling him Ryu, but shout out to the homie X Manny who put me on the game and told me how you actually pronounce the name. So yeah, I'm going to be calling him Ryu, but I might slip up throughout the entirety of the review, so just expect that. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive right into this figure, skipping the sexy packaging because I cannot find it. Now, taking a look at this guy up close in person, I gotta say, man, this is one I remember when it released, just like Chun-Li, people were complaining about the look of it. They said it wasn't really accurate to the look of Street Fighter V. Some people were saying it looked too anime-ish, and I'm going to say the same thing I said with Chun-Li. Even if I played Street Fighter, which I don't, I probably would still not care about the way this figure looks because, for one, I love anime, so if it has an anime look to it, I'm gonna enjoy it. Two, I just don't think I would really care that much because the figure still looks absolutely superb, and clearly people are wanting it because the new release did sell out, unlike this guy when he released, but again, collecting was different at the time. I really enjoy the look of this figure, man. Just everything about it, engineering and all, and just taking a look at the face. It's not anything special, but it does what it needs to do. I love how the eyes are painted on. Not really a whole lot of details in the expression. It's kind of soft in comparison to the rest of the body, but I'm sure it's supposed to be that way. I love what they did with the hair sculpt. Love how they did the articulated headband right here that you just kind of plug in. The muscles in detail, everything are sculpted very nicely, and I really like these joints, which I'm going to cover a little bit later. They're weird, they're different, but it's something that I do enjoy. Also, what they did with the shirt here. Now, I know I said in my Beast Gohan review, I didn't like the fact that they gave him a soft fabric for the chest piece, and the reason being is because it hindered his articulation. On this figure here, it doesn't really hinder anything. I was not able to get that Gohan in any kind of Kamehameha poses, but as you guys see, we don't have any issues with Ryu here, or Ryu, I already said it, but I just love this thing, man. I personally really enjoy this figure. I love the little sash piece that we've got wrapped around here that he uses for a belt. That looks dope. You got some grays in there, some darker grays, some lighter grays, almost like a light blue. You've got the kanji painted on there in gold. The pants got some sculpted wrinkles in there. All of the figure has shading throughout the muscles and the ripped pants here all the way down to the feet, man. This is just a solid ass figure. It's really dope. Now, I do want to say it is a bit dated, so if you guys see any like black spots and stuff on here, I've had this figure for a while, man. Had this one for a while, and so it just kind of happens to white paint once you have these for a while and they're just sitting on the shelves or you're handling them. White paint just does tend to kind of turn to this almost teal type color. So yeah, just want to go ahead and throw that out there. Anyway, let's go ahead and put him back so we can see how tall he stands. Now, Ryu isn't a super tall figure, but to the top of his head, as you can see, he's approaching that 6.5 inch mark, which I think is perfectly fine. I think this scales the way that it should in comparison to most of the other SH Figuarts Street Fighters. And if you're questioning it, as always, I will do some size comparisons a little bit later on. Now, when it comes to the articulation, honestly, I think this is the best part of the figure because it truly feels like you can do anything you want with it. Once SH Figuarts introduced this fighting body, everything about posing figures that utilized it just seems so effortless. And I'll start off with the head. As you guys saw earlier, this is on a hinge. I popped it off on purpose just because I wanted it to not get in the way, but it does move just fine. When it comes to looking up, he looks up about that much. The hair is going to touch the back of the neck, so you're not going to get any further, which I think is fine. The hair piece actually attaches to all of the head sculpts, in case you didn't know. And so you just pop it on, and it stays well unless you pull on it. Otherwise, it's not going anywhere. As you guys can see, it's not coming off. But I did want to make sure you guys were aware of that. It is not sculpted on any of the head sculpts. It's just a flat piece you attach to the top. Now, when it comes to looking down, he looks down about that much, which is perfect. Moving the head around is no problem at all. You can get a very, very expressive Ryu, and that's perfect. Now, when it comes to the arms, they lift up and out about that much, a tad bit further. If you pull on them too much, that's going to happen. I didn't do that on purpose, but we're going to leave it in here for review sake. So yeah, you can get T poses, no problem. He does have a built-in swivel, but it's at the shoulder and not the actual bicep. Now, when it comes to swiveling, there is one more thing I want to show. It's a very interesting choice. So at the elbow right here, he does have, it's like a single joint, but it's double jointed at the same time. It's weird because it's like three pieces connected. You have the main pieces that connect at the bicep, and then you have this extra piece that connects right here at the lower forearm. And so you can get a full swivel right here. This is the most interesting choice I've ever seen Tamashii Nations make, mostly because it's unnecessary. Now, I'm not going to complain about extra articulation because it's cool, but I don't know. I have no idea what made them do that. But anyway, right here at the hand, they are on a fairly large ball peg, so you can move these around pretty fine. You don't have any issues with this. The only hindrance is going to be the piece right here that wraps around the wrist, but I mean, that's obvious. That's to be expected. Now, where he does face limitations is at the torso. So he leans back just fine, but you will get some gapping in there. You have to move this piece up in order to kind of hide that little gap, and then sometimes it still looks a tad bit weird. Looking down, you're not really going to get much unless you utilize the legs, and then there you go. So that's fine. When it comes to the legs, he does the splits about that much. He does have a swivel in there, and then they still can go all the way out for those spinning kicks, which makes me happy. The knees are on a single joint, a tad bit limited, but I still think they move fine. You're going to be able to get him in most of the poses that you want to. Foot goes down about that much, up about that much. Really good ankle rocker, and then he does have a really good toe hinge. So when it comes to posing this guy around, you can get him in those Hadouken poses, no problem. Just bringing the arms forward. Also, if you want to do a Shoryuken, there you go, full-blown uppercut. And these aren't my best poses, but I'm just showing you guys you can totally make it happen. If you want to do his spinning kick, I don't know what it is called, but yeah, if you just want to pose him around doing anything, you can make it happen with this figure, man. This fighting body is just so good. Nothing really hinders anything else, and that's what I love about this figure so much. Now, when it comes to accessories, this is probably the weakest part of the figure, but in my opinion, you still get pretty much everything that you need. First off, he comes with a neutral head sculpt and a pair of fist hands. He also comes with a pair of Hadouken or Kamehameha hands, and that's all you get in terms of those. Now, when it comes to facial expressions, this is where I think they went in. First off, he comes with my favorite one where he's looking off to the side and his teeth are gritted. This looks so nice, man. And normally I don't care for looking to the side faces, but it really works well with this guy, especially if you start posing him up fighting other characters. And then he comes with this yelling face where he's launching an attack or whatever. And I just want to say, they sculpted and painted the teeth so nicely on these. This is like peak SH Figuarts sculpt work and detail. Everything just looks so clean and well done. I love how they did this. Now, last but not least, he comes with his Hadouken. This looks good. This is a very, very nice sculpt. I really love what they did with the blue. I love how the white kind of fades into it. This is just all sick, man. And it does come with a stand. I don't know what I did with it, but I do want to showcase that you can literally put this thing on any type of flight stand. And so if you have an SHF flight stand, it's going to pop right on. This that I'm using right now is actually a Mafex stand, or no, I take that back. This is a Revoltech stand. But yeah, as you can see, it plugs right in there, and so there you go. All of his accessories, not a lot, but still good enough. And just as I pointed out in my Chun-Li review, all accessories between the main figures are interchangeable. And so this flaming piece actually comes with Ken. If you want to attach it to Ryu, you can do it, no problem. His glove fits in there just fine. And as you can see, it's not going anywhere. So if you want to pose him up with some other accessories from other figures, it is possible. And that's just another thing I really love about this line. Moving on to size comparisons, here he is standing next to a couple of SH Figuarts. We have the SH Figuarts Ken Masters, the SH Figuarts Chun-Li, and of course the SH Figuarts Body-kun. Here he is standing next to the SH Figuarts Street Fighter Sakura, the SH Figuarts Armika, and an SH Figuarts Vega. Again, I think he stands well with all of these. Mika looks to be a bit tall, but maybe she's tall. I didn't look up her height. Last but not least, here he is standing next to some domestic figures. We have him standing next to the Jada Toys Ryu, the Jada Toys Fei Long, and a Marvel Legends 2-pack Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. Now, when it comes to these two figures, I have to say, I have been enjoying these ever since they first released years and years ago. And I'll say it again, I have never been a fan of Street Fighter. I played 1 or 2 games, maybe 2-3 times, and that was about it. I just always was fascinated by the designs of these characters. They were just different than everything else I saw growing up. Tekken, King of Fighters, Soul Calibur. That was all stuff that was a part of my childhood, and I didn't really care much for it. But Street Fighter always had my attention one way or another. Probably because of Chun-Li, but that's another story. These figures are dope, man, and I really feel like they are worth experiencing, even if you're someone like me who's not a fan of Street Fighter. They're just so fun to mess around with, and that's why to this day I still have them in my collection. I just enjoy them. These are figures you can literally pick up at any time, pose around, even when you're not doing anything. It's just fun. That's what these figures are. They are fun, and I will forever cherish these being a part of my collection, which is exactly why I decided to go ahead and do these throwback reviews anyway, because of the fact we're getting the new versions that are going to be releasing. And I want you guys that didn't get your hands on these, or maybe weren't even collecting at the time, to get the opportunity to experience them by watching my review and seeing that they are worth picking up, because I truly feel like they are. Now, I missed out on my pre-order, unfortunately, but y'all already know I got a plug, so we're good. I am definitely going to be reviewing the upcoming versions that'll be releasing in, I believe, February. You guys will have to check back to the video I did on that. I believe it is February. Actually, I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed these throwback reviews. If there's anything you want to see in the future, feel free to let me know. But it has to be something that's going to be relevant. Right now, these two are relevant, so I felt like it would be the perfect time to do this. If it's just something random and it's not really going to get any kind of buzz, then it wouldn't be worth it. So yeah, anyway, hope that you guys enjoyed this review. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and peace. Go get your pre-order in on these figures. Thank you guys so much for all the likes on my Chun-Li video, which is what got you guys this Ryu review. Please show the same support. Peace out.